This here is a little story about my Life Fitness 95 XI, self-powered, I guess battery-powered model. So what I want you to show you here is that I actually had to get this unit downstairs, right? So I'm going to show you how much of a challenge that was and what I did. Okay, here's the basement. This part's easy. So I've got a like 90-degree landing on my stairs, right? And and it's got at least some moderate width around this turn. But then you can see outside of my stairs, I've got a hallway and I've got this corner here that is impossible to navigate. You could not move that down these stairs in one piece. And so what I did is hopefully can shortcut, but there's a lot of videos on Sportsmith for this model. I would say all those videos are good. Let me tell you the sequence though. When you go to take this thing downstairs, what you want to do is you want to remove the outer rocker arms. That's pretty easy. That's just some Torx bits. Then that's disconnected. Disconnect your head frame there, your console, right? And so that, because to get through doors and navigate, you don't want that. That's pretty delicate and just plastic electronics. So you want to definitely take that off and disconnect the connectors, right? All videos on Sportsmith for this. But the important things are when I move this downstairs, what I did is you can see the rocker arms where they meet the pedal levers. Follow the video to disconnect those, right? The only thing I would say on those, just pay attention to the washers and where they go, okay? And don't forget to use Loctite when you put those little hex nuts back in there, okay? But the key to getting this downstairs, right? So then the pedal levers are disconnected from the rocker arms, right? And, I followed all the videos to take off the back shroud and the outer coverings. That's all just plastic stuff. It's pretty easy. But when I moved this downstairs, I figured, okay, I got to be able to utilize the stairs because this back end is so heavy. The cool thing about disconnecting it from the rocker arms, though, is that I can put that base plate, if you can see that base plate on a dolly, right? So look at that base plate, and then you can see there's two large bolts in the front and in the back. That's the key. That's the key to moving this thing in two pieces, right? So there's a little plate that's under there, and it's like a self-threading hole for those bolts. That's pretty easy to undo. Just, just take your time. Try not to touch the electronics because there's the final piece of that story. So then it was about 2 weeks, a week in the garage, a week in my house to figure out how the hell am I going to get this thing downstairs in as few pieces as possible. And then, so then it took another 2 weeks to order the parts. So when I put this thing back together downstairs, tested it out, lo and behold, the power did not come on. And then I checked the battery with a voltmeter, and it was only about 2 volts. It needs to be 6. So I knew, okay, bad battery, easy, $30, go get one. Put that in there, spun it around, no. Doesn't come on. The display should come on within like 5 seconds, right? But what I noticed was this wire harness here, the sheath, it was warm. It's like when I put that new battery on there, I plugged everything in, I felt some heat there, and I'm thinking, well, that's what's draining the battery, but it's got to be a control board issue. So obviously the green control board, I bought that on a replacement, a refurbished model on I believe it's, okay, here we go. National Gym Supply. So for like $120, you can get that electronic module. It must have gotten zapped when I slid or moved this downstairs because that skid plate on the bottom, that was, I've got carpeted stairs. So I was just kind of using that skid plate to help get that thing downstairs. And then I put it on a dolly, and then we wheeled it over to its house, right? And so you can see here's my little home gym. Pretty nice little home gym. but now it'll be complete with this model. So again, you can move this thing even in the hairiest of stairs, because that's what I had. You got to remember though, disconnect that skid plate, disconnect the pedal levers on the rocker arms, and then of course disconnect the display and take extra special care of that, because really that's where the bulk of the electronics are, is in that bad boy. But it's really not a complicated unit. You got the alternator, you got the control board, and you got this magnet sensor too. Don't forget, that's an easy fix. That like $16 fix for that magnet sensor. It's adjustable. So try that, and then maybe do a continuity test with a voltmeter. I would always start battery, and then whatever that magnet is called, and then control board. So I got this unit for $750. It's in really good shape, but it's 2007, and I'm really happy with it. Well, I was happy with it until I moved it, and then now I got the control board fired up today, so I'm super excited. So yeah, that's how you go about moving this bad boy, and take special care for the static discharge. Okay? All right, peace out.